Annus Horribilis, a horrible or disastrous year. This Latin phrase can certainly be used to describe 2015 for two of sport's most powerful world governing bodies, FIFA and the IAAF. After the great football corruption crisis came the great athletics doping disaster. Scandals that have rocked these sports and their corridors of power to the core.
FIFA started to seriously unravel in May when, at the time of the elections, Swiss authorities acting on behalf of the US Justice Department arrested several FIFA executives at a luxury hotel in Zurich. An initial investigation into the controversial bidding process for the Russia 2018 and Qatar 2022 World Cups 5 years ago was later broadened to cover FIFA's dodgy dealings going back 2 decades. Throughout 2015, a whole host of FIFA officials and associates would be indicted by the US on charges of rampant systemic and deep-rooted corruption. FIFA's very lucrative house of cards was beginning to collapse.
The betrayal of trust that is set forth here is truly outrageous, and the scale of corruption alleged herein is unconscionable.
Scandals eventually reached the summit of the organisation, and President Sepp Blatter and his once likely successor, Michel Platini. Blatter's Teflon exterior blown away in a Category 5 corruption storm, along with any false hopes he had of steering a scandal-hit FIFA into a brighter and cleaner future. That unenvious role now belongs to someone else. The February 26th elections will tell us who. Doping scandals are nothing new in athletics, but when Lord Sebastian Coe replaced Lamine Diack as IAAF president in August, he probably wasn't prepared for an unprecedented crisis that threatened to overwhelm the sport. In a damning World Anti-Doping Agency report, Russian athletics was accused of widespread and state-sponsored doping. Russia was consequently banned from all international competitions, including next year's Rio Olympics, until it becomes anti-doping code compliant. The report also took a swipe at the IAAF, which it described as being inexplicably lax in following up suspicious blood profiles. Just like FIFA, allegations of corruption went to the top. Former President Diack was placed under investigation for allegedly accepting kickbacks to cover up positive doping offences by Russian athletes, while newly elected Lord Coe is under increasing pressure for his role in the controversial awarding of the 2021 World Athletics Championships to Eugene without a bidding process. With the Olympic Games in Rio just around the corner, World Athletics now finds itself in the ultimate uphill race to re-establish its credibility.
"2015 wasn't all doping doom and graft-ridden gloom. The 8th edition of the Rugby World Cup offered a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark period in sports history. 20 nations battled it out in England and Wales for the Webb Ellis Cup. Only one would be crowned champions. The Southern Hemisphere sides dominated proceedings, but a masterful All Blacks team topped the lot to rewrite the history books.
All Blacks legend Richie McCaw led his men to an unprecedented second consecutive World Cup trophy following a thrilling tournament that saw beautiful running rugby, turnovers galore and a whole host of excellent tries, but no European nations in the last 4, despite Scotland's courageous display against Australia in the quarters. England's miserable campaign ended early. They became the first hosts to be eliminated at the group stage. Argentina, South Africa, who were stunned in their pool opener by Japan, Australia and New Zealand made up the semi-finalists, but a ruthless Kiwi side were on a mission they completed by eventually holding off a fierce comeback by Australia in the final at Twickenham to beat the Wallabies and become the first ever team to retain the Webb Ellis Cup.
Despite a stunning Rugby World Cup, among other exciting tournaments, 2015 will be remembered more as a year of chaos and crisis in sport. 2016 now looks set to be a year of reform and rebuilding, and hopefully the main focus can return to the field of play.